Nice. That sounded nice.
The taste of victory, baby. Both our teams. Salute. Cheers. We're on the board.
I can't remember that last time that happened.
Yo, you know that the last time the Jets, Giants, and Yankees all won on the same day was 12 years ago?
I wonder if they add the Bills in there. I wonder. People
Wow.
forget about the Bills, man. They're a New York team. You could actually make the argument that the Bills are more of a New York team than the two New York teams. Because the New York teams play in New Jersey.
Right.
I'm being an asshole.
Yeah.
But, like, I do feel like Buffalo doesn't get the respect it deserves at times when being discussed as a New York sports team.
Well, you know who they getting respect from is me. Bills 3 straight fucking covers. I got a nice parlay going heading into tonight.
Okay.
I had a soccer over, Man City, Liverpool.
Love it.
3.5. It was 0-0 in the 58th minute, and then fireworks, ends 2-2. I took Tottenham to win, and then I bet the Cowboys -4.5, Bills -17.5, which I don't really bet double-digit favorites ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I parlayed all of those with Chargers tonight -3. And I know you and I always go at it with that hedge. You fuck.
This is a typical hedge bet. This is when they wrote the book, when they wrote the sports betting book, and there's the chapter on hedging, like what hedging is. This is the example that they put in the book. Low wager, the amount of money you put up in relation to the payout is so vastly different.
So here's the thing. You're right and you're wrong. It all depends on how someone approaches sports betting, right? So I'm someone who, when it comes to futures, so I have a Rams ticket, right? And I have a Bills ticket to win the Super Bowl. In the event that one of those teams go to the Super Bowl, I'll hedge. Obviously, if it's against each other, I'm fucking hoping that the Rams win because it's a bigger payout, right? And also because they're my pick, I will look way cooler on social media. However, if it's Rams Patriots in the Super Bowl, I'm probably hedging there because I've also risked not $20 on that.
Exactly.
Right? People watching, people lurking. We'll keep it between us how much money I've risked on that. Now, in a parlay where I threw $25 in to win $1,800, I don't know if I want to hedge.
Yeah.
And a lot of people throw the Monday night game or the Sunday night game into their Sunday parlays. So you'll hear sometimes some buzzwords on the radio or reading the internet like, oh, a lot of parlay cards tied to Monday night because they're doing what I did. You bet 4 or 5 games and you'll be like, you know what? Let me throw another game in that I could always hedge opportunity. Give me 2-3 times X. I ruined my entire sheet is filled with beer though, but salute.
Cheers to hitting some bets yesterday. I hit a few yesterday myself.
Yo, player prop king, what's up?
I mean, shouts to the sports line, prop stars, a couple different people that I've been tailing lately.
Shout out to me, Revenge Game,
Corey Davis. I hit on a few. My favorite was Alan Lazard over 29 receiving yards. That's just such a.
What do you have, like 35?
33.
Yo, you know it's bad when you go to like wide receiver 3s and 4s to put bets on.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yo, that's why Boss is, we call it the Fozzie prop in the Super Bowl. That the first time we did VM, the first Super Bowl, was Broncos Panthers. And he went and put over under 1.5 yards at like plus 120. Fozzie Whitaker.
A handoff? What was it?
It was like total scrimmage yards. And was it Jonathan Stewart? I think it might have been Jonathan Stewart got hurt. And then from there, he comes in. And it was like a 12-yard gain, and that's all he ended with.
I remember the Brady rush.
The Brady rush over under 1.5, and we're watching it at the bar. And I was like, yo, bro, he's not going to pick up 2 QB sneaks? That's 2 yards right there. And then we were like, oh, my God, what if the kneel? And then he got like a 9-yard gain. And we're just bugging out at the bar just watching it.
That's how you know it's bad, right? When you're betting on QBs over under 1.5 rushing yards.
Yo, imagine if you have a crazy, like, a 12-player prop parlay. And you need a quarterback to go over his rush total, and he does, right? But it's like 39.5, and he has 42. It's Mahomes, right? He has 42 yards.
Hope he kneels once.
And he kneels twice. And then it's 39. Oh,
Those, I mean, I'm sure they're taking those things into consideration. I'm sure, but I hit Corey.
What made you dive into player props?
I love the value that you can get. You know, and I think player props are fun in general, but also like I mentioned this before we started recording. There's a lot of correlation between the props themselves and even the game script and the over-unders. And so, you know, if you're high on a player, you know, or maybe you think a team is going to, you know, perform better than the line dictates and you think a team is going to cover by a lot or whatever the case is, like, you know, maybe think about throwing a player prop in there that will kind of correlate to what you think is going to happen. And, you know, pretty much chances are it's going to happen. Like, for example, yesterday, I took Corey Davis. I parlayed over 50-something receiving yards, and I also parlayed it with anytime touchdown scorer. He actually scored on like a 50-yard touchdown bomb. I would have kind of hit the bet in one play, right? But, you know, it's just, you know, it kind of gives you a couple of different options, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And again, those things are correlating with each other. So, you know, if Corey Davis has over 50-something receiving yards, you would imagine he's probably putting one in the end zone. And, you know, chances are the Jets are playing from behind. Revenge game we've discussed. Yeah. You know, they didn't even make him an offer in free agency, he said. Like, not even a qualified, nothing. So, you know, I'm sure there's a chip on his shoulder, all that. So I really enjoyed some of these player props. And then I hit a fun one. I hit Jacoby Myers over 50 receiving yards, Antonio Brown over 50 receiving yards. I took those together. I figured
that's awesome because I think they were the only two that were making plays yesterday too.
Godwin had a few catches though, but yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, AB had that one big catch that got called back, but
I felt good about AB. I was a little worried about Myers. He did some damage towards the end of the game. Mm-hmm. He gets a lot of targets on that team.
Oh yeah, even back last year with Cam,
yeah. So and then but here's the thing, I parlayed those two with the under in the first quarter. Or first half. And the reason I did that was because my thought process was Brady, you know, video montage before the game. Maybe he broke the record early in the game. There's a lot of emotions. You know what I mean? Maybe he's not like, you know, completely engaged in the game. It's Brady. He really is. But, you know, this idea that he's emotional early on, right? And then obviously the weather didn't help. So I took those things didn't really correlate. I took the under early and then the over for the receiving yards, and I hit that too. So good day yesterday.